NBT World, a vision of Thailand.
To move into high-income country means making like the bold reforms, the last reforms to open up the markets, to boost productivity, to increase equality of access to services and opportunities across the country. So these are really Thailand's challenges. Thailand has been growing at about 2.6% since 2010. We're forecasting growth of around 2.7% through 2030. But to reach high-income status, that growth needs to be closer to 5%. And in order to do that, the bold reforms are around increasing competition, making it possible for people who live outside of Bangkok to also contribute to the economy. Bangkok right now is like 35% of Thailand's GDP and only 10% of the population. So this concentration also makes it harder to jump up to the high income status.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's program. We begin with significant development in international relations. Melinda Good has been appointed as the World Bank's Country Director for Thailand and Myanmar since July this year. Her leadership comes as an important moment as Thailand gears up to host the 2026 annual meetings between the IMF and the World Bank Group. Tonight we talk to her about what this means to Thailand and how the World Bank plans to support Thailand's social and economic development. Sawadee-ka.
Sawadee-ka.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
So you'll be country director for how many years in Thailand?
In Thailand, I moved here in July, so
Right.
I just started.
Right.
I just started my time here.
And how long will you be here?
I'll be here for 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
And you're country director overseeing the project in Thailand and Myanmar, right?
That's right.
How do you think your background and previous experiences will help shape future developments in Thailand and Myanmar?
Great, thank you. And thank you for having me today. As I was telling you before we started, I was actually watching your channel while I was learning about Thailand before I came. So it's a real pleasure to be here. So I came to Thailand after being country director in Afghanistan, actually.
Right.
And before that, I was working in Pakistan. So I've spent the last 7 years in South Asia. But actually, I began my career working in Southeast Asia. I've never lived in Thailand before, but I've lived in Singapore and the Philippines,
With the World Bank.
Indonesia. Yeah, and also the Asian Development Bank, and also in the private sector. So in a way, this is coming home for me. And while I was working in Pakistan, actually, we used to actually bring people from the Thai government to Pakistan to do training and technical assistance for Pakistan. So I feel like I've had this insight into all of the learning and the successes that Thailand has had.
Right.
The other thing that we do in this office is we have a big hub here. So for the World Bank Group, Thailand is one of the biggest hubs. So we have experts sitting in this office who cover not only Thailand and Myanmar, but the whole region across East Asia all the way through South Asia. So it's also an opportunity between government clients and private sector clients to make larger trade, technical assistance, and innovation connections.
And about Thailand, can you give us example of project that World Bank is working on right now?
Sure. So there's a couple of things. So, Thailand has a huge success story, right? This is one of these, in one generation, Thailand has moved from a lower income country to an upper middle income country. And we've also had 75 years of Thailand now being part of the World Bank Group. And so what that means is Thailand's relationship with the World Bank Group changes over time, right? The needs that you have as a shareholder of the World Bank Group change if you're a really poor country or if you're a country like Thailand working on becoming a high-income country. So Thailand actually will host, after bidding for and winning to host the World Bank Group IMF annual meetings in 2026. So this is also a sign of this relationship that we have with Thailand. So as we build towards that, we're working really on 3 things with Thailand. set up around 3 platforms to help address the challenges Thailand is facing to move into high income. Right?
And what are those challenges?
So there's 3. Oh, the challenges. First the challenges, and then the platform.
Okay.
Right. So as I said, this is really a success story.
Right.
But it's like anything in the last mile is always the hardest part. Right? To move into high-income country means making like the bold reforms, the last reforms to open up the markets, to boost productivity, to increase equality of access to services and opportunities across the country. So these are really Thailand's challenges. Thailand has been growing at about 2.6% since 2010. We're forecasting growth of around 2.7% through 2030. But to reach high income status, that growth needs to be closer to 5%. And in order to do that, the bold reforms are around increasing competition, making it possible for people who live outside of Bangkok to also contribute to the economy. Bangkok right now is like 35% of Thailand's GDP and only 10% of the population. So this concentration also makes it harder to jump up to the high income status.
According to the World Bank, Thailand's urbanization is concentrated in Bangkok, the key economic hub, with a population 29 times larger than Chiang Mai's and a GDP nearly 40 times higher than Chonburi's. Bangkok's economy shows signs of stagnation. Its GDP growth has matched population growth, indicating a mature, possibly saturated economy with limited productivity gains. Next, our guest will discuss the platform that the World Bank has been developing for Thailand.
Welcome to Thailand, the land of smiles, where cutting-edge business thrives amid centuries-old traditions. Thailand stands at the crossroads of innovation and heritage in the heart of Southeast Asia. Step away from the boardroom and into paradise. Rejuvenate on our sun-kissed beaches or explore enchanting rainforests. Experience seamless travel with convenient, swift cross-border journeys that meet global standards. Delight in our rich history. Savor the flavors of our renowned cuisine. And immerse yourself in the vibrant tapestry of Thai culture. Thailand, a harmonious blend of business and leisure, tradition and innovation, waiting to be discovered. Thailand awaits. Your adventure begins here.
There is so much going on in the Kingdom of Thailand, so much information, so little time to digest. With Newsline, it's all about facts and accuracy. Stay up to date, stay connected with Newsline.
How much do you know about Thailand? I'm going to take you on a whirlwind tour all over the country. The northern region is ripe with nature and delicate art. The Isan region is the land of ancient civilizations, folk art, and the lively banks of the Mekong River. The central region is the modern metropolis that still retains the beauty of the Thai way of life. Finally, the southern region is for the sea, the natural coral islands. Thailand is ready for you to go on an adventure and discover all of its hidden charm. Discover the perfect place to retire, or find a nursing home for yourself or your loved one in Thailand. With its stunning natural beauty, warm climate, low cost of living, and high-quality healthcare, it's no wonder why Thailand is becoming a popular destination for retirees, making it a more convenient place to call home. From the lush jungles to the pristine beaches, you'll find a place that suits your needs. Don't wait. Book your trip to Thailand today and make your dream retirement a reality in the land of smiles. If you want to experience ASEAN food culture, you needn't look further than the street food stalls of Thailand, as they're widely recognized as the best in the world. Tourists from all over the world come here to experience the many tastes of ASEAN. This place is open day and night, and whether you're looking for something boiled, fried, savory, or sweet. Just as importantly, it's very, very cheap. A dish here isn't just delectable. It reflects the way of life and the culture of the land. If you're interested in learning more about ASEAN culinary delights, this is certainly not a place to miss. Are you looking for high-quality medical care at an affordable price? Look no further than Thailand's booming medical tourism industry. With state-of-the-art facilities, cutting-edge technology, and highly trained medical professionals, Thailand is quickly becoming a medical hub, not just for ASEAN, but for the entire world. From cosmetic surgery to cancer treatments, Thailand offers a wide range of medical services at a fraction of the cost of other developed countries. And with a thriving tourism industry, you can combine your medical treatment with a relaxing vacation. Don't wait. Book your medical trip to Thailand today and experience the best in healthcare at an affordable price.
The Kingdom of Thailand has so much going on, so much information, so little time to digest. With Newsline, it's all about facts and accuracy. Stay up to date. Stay connected with Newsline on NBT and NBT World.
NBT World, a vision of Thailand.
Climate change poses a significant challenge for Thailand, as evidenced by the widespread flooding affecting many regions.
And then there are real challenges around preparing and managing climate change risk, but also seizing those opportunities for innovative financing and attracting that kind of investment from abroad. So these are really the challenges we see for Thailand to make that jump at a time when there are global political and economic headwinds. Thailand's population and workforce is aging, so it's a real structural transformation that needs to happen.
Right, and the platforms that you
And
were
the
talking
platforms.
about.
So this is why we've decided with Thailand to organize around 3 platforms that can bring together the private sector, entrepreneurs, academics, and really this is where we've put our financing over the last 3 years. The first, so they are around climate and sustainable finance is one, competitive cities is another, and the third is around innovation and skills. So climate and sustainable finance means looking at the kind of infrastructure investments that are needed to boost Thailand into the green economy and really both take advantage of opportunities in the new green and low carbon technologies that then boost exports, right? Because a lot of buyers, companies that are buying from Thailand want to see that it's low carbon and green. So this includes looking at financing options. So there are blue financing, green financing, carbon financing. All of these are innovative methods of bringing in private sector financing for investments that need to be made so that not everything has to be out of the public budget at a time of limited fiscal space for all countries. Thailand is leading on this in many ways. So this discussion and the investments that we're making are around really making a targeted set of interventions that can boost Thailand up and be more competitive in the international market.
Right, and secondary cities?
Secondary cities. So like I said, Bangkok is really the primate city for the country, right? But there's so much opportunity in cities outside of Bangkok as well. In my first month here, I actually traveled to 4 different of these secondary cities to see kind of the innovation that's happening, but also the challenges they have in financing their infrastructure, their education to attract families to stay in the region.
Which provinces did you travel
So I
to?
was in Khon Kaen, I was in Nakhon Sawan, I was in Phuket, and in Chiang Mai.
Right, it's totally different, right?
All different
it's
challenges.
Like totally, yeah.
All different challenges.
Yeah.
And so this platform is about attracting investment into those cities. Again, it needs to be both private sector and good government policies and government spending in order to boost the productivity in those areas.
Right.
And to see, what will attract young people and companies to stay in those cities, not to compete with Bangkok, but to complement what Bangkok is offering as the capital city.
So you think the secondary cities will boost Thailand's opportunity to be higher income country based on your research?
It will be a critical piece of hitting the high income target.
Right. And the third platform?
And the third platform is around innovation and skills. So this means looking at a lot of the work that's happening in the private sector in Thailand around new technologies and harnessing those in a way that support development. So while I've been here this first month and a half, I've been meeting with private companies, with digital and AI entrepreneurs, and thinking about how do we help the government of Thailand make the policy decisions also that will boost that kind of growth and productivity. And on the skills side, when you have a workforce that's aging, as in Thailand, it's happening in a lot of countries, it means also thinking about how do you target the way you're training young people and the opportunities you're offering them to take advantage of these opportunities.
Right. The fact that our country is fully, not fully yet, but becoming aged society, right? Is it a big challenge that obstruct Thailand to be a high-income country?
It's a challenge for sure, but it's one that can be planned around, right? It's not, these challenges, none of them are challenges that would obstruct Thailand from becoming a high-income country on their own. Thailand has shown from its history of this one generation jump into upper middle income status that with the right policies, it's possible. So this is more about supporting our partners in the Thai government to think through the policy decisions and the incentives that they want to provide in order to help young people become more productive as fewer people are in the workforce.
What about inequality in Thailand?
Yeah, Thailand isn't a country that struggles with inequality. It has one of the highest inequality rates in the region. Partly this is linked to our discussion on secondary cities. So much of the wealth and the growth is concentrated here in Bangkok. Bangkok has only about 10% of the population, but more than 30% of the GDP. So that means already there's a bit of an imbalance there. And this is why a lot of our discussions and investments are on looking at what can happen in the secondary cities.
Right. What about our economic forecast based on your research?
So as I was saying, our forecast is showing that if all the policy decisions remain as they are, we're forecasting about 2.7% growth. For Thailand to make this jump into high income status, that needs to be boosted and be closer to about 5% per year to hit the government's target of being high income in 2037. And so in order to do that, this is where the bold reforms we were discussing are necessary, right? To look at how can you increase competition, open markets, spread the growth opportunities to these wonderful, resource-rich communities outside of Bangkok. And how do you boost the skills that the private sector will need?
That's a very important.
It's not all on government, right? I mean, a lot of this also means the Thai companies investing for the long term in Thailand.
You've been meeting with them?
Absolutely.
The private companies?
Yeah. Much of Thailand's growth over the last 20 years was also driven by private sector companies making a bet on Thailand for the future, right? And reinvesting resources here. And that becomes even more important in the future.
The World Bank states that a key challenge limiting the economic potential of secondary cities is their reliance on national revenues. By gaining more control over urban planning, infrastructure, and access to long-term financing, along with implementing stronger fiscal tools like property taxes and user fees, these cities could more effectively shape their own economic growth. Next, the new country director will discuss the significance of the annual meetings of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank Group, which will be held in Bangkok in 2026.
If you want to experience a variety of foods, come here to Thailand, where the art of food transcends taste. Experience the fiery massaman curry, the zesty tom yum goong, and the refreshing crunch of somtam. Celebrated worldwide, Thai cuisine is a symphony of spicy, sour, sweet, and salty, crafted to perfection. And the flavors of the food, you will also experience Thai culture through a variety of dishes that maintain the unique characteristics of different regions in Thailand. Begin your journey to experience unforgettable culinary adventures here in Thailand.
It looks kind of like a beautiful ethereal fog has settled over the city of Bangkok. In actuality, it's PM2.5, tiny particulate matter, which causes respiratory difficulties. This is largely due to human activities, such as driving cars, using charcoal for cooking, and industrial combustion for starters. We can help reduce this problem. In one simple way, stop using cars and turn to public transportation when you can, or else turn to vehicles that don't burn oil. This one change in our lifestyles will help to improve the air quality for all of us.
Embark on a journey to Thailand, where MICE tourism blends with majestic beauty. Host your events in world-renowned venues, set against the backdrop of our stunning natural and urban landscapes. Innovate amidst tradition with tailor-made solutions enhancing every aspect of your business gatherings. Sustainability is at the heart of our MICE industry, protecting our cherished environment and empowering local communities. Beyond the conference room, Thailand awaits. Explore captivating beaches, ancient temples, and dynamic urban centers. Choose Thailand for your MICE events, where professional excellence meets the spirit of adventure. Thailand MICE, where business meets beauty and innovation.
Welcome to Thailand, the land of smiles and opportunity. Are you considering investing in a new market? Look no further than Thailand. Thailand offers a prime location for businesses to set up shop, with easy access to major markets in Asia. Our country boasts a skilled workforce, modern infrastructure. Thailand is also home to a vibrant culture, with delicious cuisine and beautiful landscapes. Doing business here means you'll be able to experience all the country has to offer while building a successful enterprise.
Why we came to Thailand? The biggest things in our decision process was the fact that, okay, yes, foreigners will always come to Thailand because I think it will always be within the top 5 destinations to visit in the world. I think any foreign company coming to Thailand, especially now in these times, they're going to come across a completely different scenario because the infrastructure is so good here now in terms of, you know, not just air and rail and everything else, but in terms of company structures and how to help a foreigner. I think, and I would say this to any foreigner coming to Thailand now, if you're looking for support in business, especially in Asia, Thailand is probably, I guess, within that top 1, in my opinion.
With a diverse and talented workforce, Thailand is an ideal location for businesses looking to expand or set up operations. We offer a competitive cost of living, low taxes, and a range of incentives to help you succeed. In addition to these advantages, Thailand is also home to the Eastern Economic Corridor, or EEC, a major government initiative to promote economic growth in the country, which is designed to be a hub for technology, innovation, and manufacturing. If your family plans to settle down long-term, Thailand offers over 200 international or bilingual schools across the country, with over 100 in Bangkok. In terms of treatment, Thai hospitals are outstanding. Our medical personnel, our innovations, and our facilities are renowned throughout the world. Come join us in Thailand and discover all the opportunities our country has to offer. We look forward to welcoming you to our beautiful country and helping your business thrive.
The 2026 annual meetings of the World Bank Group and the International Monetary Fund are scheduled to take place in October 2026. In 2026, as you mentioned before, we will organize annual meetings between the World Bank Group and the IMF. And what will be the key agenda items?
Yeah. So this meeting, the World Bank Group IMF annual meetings, happens every year. Every 3 years, it's held in a country that is a member of the World Bank Group. So Thailand will be only the second country that is hosting more than one of these annual meetings. Thailand did it in 1991 as well. And so what happens, it's sort of a economic Olympics or like an economic forum, and it brings together finance ministers, central bank
without
governors.
competition, right? The Olympics without competition.
Well, maybe it is a sense for competition,
with
right?
medals.
Yeah, maybe it should give medals. But it does, in a way, it does promote competition because you have all the finance ministers from around the world will be here, all the central bankers, as well as the heads of major corporations, right? All the big tech firms will send their CEOs, academics, and so it's a great opportunity for Thailand to showcase this success story it has of this single generation jump from being a lower income country to an upper middle income country, right? And as I said at the beginning, my experience of Thailand before I moved here was also Thailand showing and sharing its lessons with other parts of the world. So I think this is a big thing that Thailand can use this meeting for. It also always has a theme around it. So that theme will be selected also in partnership with the Ministry of Finance and the Central Bank and the World Bank Group and the IMF. And so, I know Thailand is thinking through a lot of the ideas that I was talking about earlier, right? Thailand's leadership on climate and sustainable finance,
Green economy.
innovation and skills, the issues around youth and aging populations.
Right.
So where there are also challenges, this is a way for Thailand to kind of use 2026 as a marker to accelerate work in those areas, and also to see what other countries are doing, in addition to showcasing Thailand's great history.
Right. I think the discussion will be very useful for us.
I think it will be really, really interesting, and it's a real honor to be here when Thailand is going to host these meetings.
Right.
Yeah.
And how has been your stay in Thailand so far?
It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful.
The heat is not too hard.
The heat, I'm used to living in places with hot weather. I've spent all my time in Asia, and I'm from Florida in the United States, where it's also very hot.
Right. Yeah, it's very hot.
But I've had such a wonderful time meeting our partners in government, companies, entrepreneurs, young people, and traveling to these other cities. Yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoy your time in Thailand.
Thank you for this, and thank you for already your channel teaching me so much about Thailand.
Thank you.
Thanks. Sadika. Thank you.
That's all for our episode of Thailand Today. We'll see you again next week. Stay tuned.